All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Model Y. And looking at the data right now with some of the inventory, I feel like something has happened, or at least something's happening in the past 2 days, ever since yesterday with that new IRS news that just got released. So I created a poll on the channel and we're going to take a look at the results on it. I just created it and we've already got some votes, which is crazy fast, but it kind of makes sense. And it definitely makes sense with that latest IRS news that just came out with the price caps at the Model Y. So we'll make a video about it. We'll talk about it. Of course, if you guys have any comments in the channel, drop it in the comments down below or even in the chat. We're going to just talk about it for a little bit and see what's the dealio. What are people thinking? And I guess what could happen in the next few months. So welcome back to the channel, but let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another video. Thanks for watching another stream. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on a Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. At this point, we make 3 videos a day now around Tesla content, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look. So I was just, doing my usual lap on the internet, refreshing all the sites. Shout out to Tesla, waiting for Tesla for creating an amazing inventory site where you can track all the inventory that's across the country. And this was a surprise to me. This shocked me a little bit. 107 new Model Ys available for sale that you can put your name on. This has been the highest it's been for at least a week now, since the $7,500 discount craze happened since last Thursday, for at least the past 8 days, in my opinion. And is it a combination of coming soon inventory coming to the site? Is it a combination of more vehicles getting produced? Or is it a combination of people canceling, which would be a very interesting thing? Because now that the new IRS $55,000 announcement is out on the Model Y, potentially there's people out there that are going to be paying $66,000 for a Model Y long range, would rather be okay with a standard range and save, what, $10,000 to $15,000 off of the bat. And so taking a look at the inventory charts right here, you can see Model Y, it didn't have like too much of a crazy increase. It looks pretty normal in comparison to the past few days, but there's just less people willing to put their name on a Tesla and put down a deposit. It could also be that most people think that they're not going to take delivery by December 31st. So that $7,500 discount, they don't even want to bank on it and risk their $250 and all that stuff. And I have friends right now that are pending delivery still, and they're getting the runaround from Tesla. Like, they're in California too. So they're still trying to hamper out down a day. I have one friend that had a delivery scheduled for the 29th, and then it was today, the 30th, and now it's even pushed to tomorrow. So definitely some crazy, scary stuff in my opinion, because like especially if you're banking on that $7,500 discount, then it's really worth it. But maybe after we pass into the New Year's, maybe it might not, maybe everything changes. Because if you don't know already, I made a couple videos on this yesterday, the IRS or the US Treasury released price caps on their Tesla vehicles, along with all the other vehicle EVs that qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, not the discount. And so of course we already knew that the Model 3 was around $55,000, but the Model Y long range is where it gets very messy. It's very different between the 7-seat versus the 5-seat. And the surprise shocker of yesterday was that the Tesla Model Y in the all-wheel drive, which is the standard range, the long-wheel drive, and the performance, has a $55,000 price cap. So that means none of them at current pricing it qualifies today. The Model Y Performance is $60,000. The Model Y Long Range is $70,000 for the Performance. The Model Y Long Range is $66,000, and the all-wheel drive is like anywhere from like $60,000 to $62,000. I think $62,000 was the last price. And we speculated for a while that Tesla was going to bring back the standard range or the all-wheel drive version at around $62,000, but it's more seems like now that they're going to bring it right around $54,000. 990. So right under the cusp. They might even limit the software just like how they did in Canada with limiting like the battery from that. So shout out to Paul F for sharing this article with me and sharing it with Twitter. He put me on that. They basically did this to get around the price caps that Canada put on the incentives for EVs there, that it couldn't cost about a certain amount, so that people could get that $5,000 extra incentive. Of course, this was done in 2019, years ago, but Tesla does not follow the ball with other things like other OEMs. They kind of do whatever they want, whether they think it makes sense to them. So they could easily do that. So I had an inkling here. Something's going on, especially in the past 2 days, because there's so many vehicles that are available. So I put a poll out there, just like I usually do. And I asked the question, let's see if we can refresh it. 34 votes now. Did you just cancel your Model Y order? And then, of course, I should have put the reason why. But an overwhelming 35% of the only 34 votes, but it's already starting a trend. They said yes, because of the IRS 55K news. And then 15%, this makes sense, right? Tesla to push me to January delivery, so that makes sense. And then other reasons, 6%, and then a good 44% said, I just want to see the results. But what's that math here? That's what, like 10 to 12 people? Of course, this is a small sample, but 10 to 12 people across like X times whatever, or 35% of all orders are in the queue. That could be definitely some pretty interesting stuff. And we did talk about this yesterday when this got released into the news, into the, the internet. I felt like this was horrible timing for Tesla because, they're trying to get as many deliveries as possible in the last 2 days of the month. And now this just adds further confusion, further, mess to all this. But if you have a deal, like you have a demo deal with an extra discount and you're getting the 7,500, you really can't beat that, because even if this, this does come out, it's going to be a different pricing with more financing and all that stuff. But let's jump into the comments. But before we get into that, this video is sponsored by my Patreon. If you want to support the channel, there is a Patreon link down below in the description. There's different benefits at different levels, but some of the benefits include a one-on-one call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal on a Tesla. And I actually just updated because there's a couple other financing options out there that also have really good rates at this point. So there's, if you're pushing to a January delivery, credit unions are back into the play now, because it takes anywhere from a week to 2 to get financing. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But let's jump into some comments. Tapia Andy, welcome to the stream, welcome to the video. Just took delivery of a Model Y Performance today. Thanks for all you do, Dennis. Very excited and scared for using such an advanced car. Yeah, it's definitely, very cool, because Model Y is probably one of my favorites in terms of the usability of everything. Enjoyed in good health. What accessories are you going to buy? You're going to tint the windows, you're going to do ceramic, PPF, all that. Congrats, and you got a good deal, so I would not be worried in your camp. And same with you, Happy Hippo, you did too. Congrats, exactly. Did you take delivery? You did yesterday, almost puked. Yeah, I mean, buying a car, it's especially Tesla. I may or may not be doing that right now. And yeah, it definitely can be very stressful, that's for sure, because it is a lot of money. And that's why I feel like I do what I do, because there's ways to save, whether it's on the interest rates or demo discounts or whatever. And I want to make sure, everybody can get into a Tesla without, kind of destroying their budget, and understand what they're kind of getting into it, like with saving on gas, maintenance, and all that stuff for sure. Sorry, not to puke as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a big purchase at the end of the day. Lena, doesn't look like my Model Y Performance is going to make it. EDD was December 16th to the 31st. Now there is no EDD. Wow, interesting. So Tesla kind of just shafted you at that point. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I guess your best bet is maybe go to your local Tesla center, talk to them, see if they can switch you. My friend that is kind of in the situation where the ED kept getting pushed to now tomorrow, they actually reached out to him and they asked him if he would take a different vehicle at this point, and he's working with them. So I would say go to a Tesla. If you want to take delivery tomorrow, go to a Tesla center, talk to them, see if there's anything they can switch you on at the last second. Probably go early, because tomorrow is going to be a madhouse at every single Tesla center out there. So but that would probably be your best bet for sure. I'm still nervous. Yeah, and that's I feel like that's nervous is with all cars, any purchase, because it's we all get buyer's remorse. We always think, is it the best decision? But after you drive that vehicle, after you drive the Tesla, after you understand autopilot and all the technologies, you'll realize you made the best decision for sure. Like Tesla's a really good vehicle, really very intuitive. They understand the driver and they understand technology. And once you go to Tesla, it's really hard to go back to any other vehicle at the end of the day, because I've been driving other vehicles since I sold my last Tesla, and it's definitely super tough. Okay, but yeah. Definitely some interesting stuff. Mystical Studios, thanks for the video, Dennis. We're going to buy our Model 3 next January, hoping to get the full EV tax credit next year. And that's the other thing. Like, I made another poll the day before, just kind of see what everybody thinks. And the other question is, do you think Tesla will change the Model 3, Model Y, Model S, and X pricing? And then when? And I listed basically all the key dates that came up in my head. So 1/1, probably they're going to be closed. So Happy New Year. January 3rd, when the Q4 deliveries numbers are released. I don't think they'll probably do it then. I think they will wait till January 26th, or maybe even like a week before that, because they also want to juice sales for the end of January as well. So I think my prediction is January 15th. What is that? They don't even follow. Yeah, they just follow kind of like mid-month cycles. So that's when they released the first initial $37.50 discount was December 15th. So I think January 15th, because they also still want to try and get people to deliver all these orders that are in the queue, because some people might just take delivery at the higher price and then trickle down slowly. So I think January 15th is when they're going to do their price changes for all models. And I think Model 3 and Model Y will get a $5,000 haircut across the board and price drop. And then Model S and the X, I think $10,000 price cut across the board. Tapia, I forgive you, Dennis. You call me Tilapia all the time. Yeah, I guess it's just me quickly reading. I think what it is, it's like I see the polar bear and I think like fish, ice fish, and then I think tilapia. It's, I don't know, just weird. I'm just weird like that. Ramesh, Tesla may start Model Y rear-wheel drive 260-mile range with stripped interior features for $55,000. Yeah, I think they're gonna, if I were to speculate, that's $54,990. They're gonna make it, and someone actually dropped this comment. It wasn't my idea, but it was a really good comment. It's gonna be $54,990. It's gonna be white with black interior, base 19-inch rims. You cannot add any sort of changer or whatever, and it's also gonna be like a slightly lower range. And that's going to be their $54,990 Model Y standard range. And then it will qualify for the tax credit as well. But I feel like they're going to limit it. Like they're going to limit to like 220. And then if you want that extra 50 miles of range, pay $7,500 or a $100 subscription monthly. I think that's what they would do. But who knows? Ramesh, Model S X offering $7,500 discount right now for 31st delivery. Yes, just made a video. Thanks for dropping that. I just made a video on that like earlier today when it first dropped out. And the interesting thing with that, this is why I think there's going to be a $10,000 price drop on the Model S and Model X starting on January 1st or whatever, is because there was already earlier today, this morning when I was doing my usual checks, there was already $5,000 discounts on the Model S and the Model X on demo inventory. So now this $7,500 one just adds to that. So now it's like $12,000, $13,000 off on a brand new Model S or Model X. So that's why I think a $10,000 price adjustment or price difference will happen in the next year. Happy Hippo, $5,000 off Model Y. Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think that's the price threshold they're gonna start it at. After thinking about it some more, I think that's where like the Model Y long range is going to get a $5,000 haircut, I think, but we don't know. Or they might just do Model Y standard range first, test that out, see where everything lands. They might not. It kind of seems too crazy to do like across the board on all different trims of the Model Y a price change, but I think that I don't know. Tesla can do whatever the heck they want at this point, so we really don't know. But let me know what you guys think on the speculations on what do you think Tesla is going to do on January 1st. But now that I'm thinking about it some more, yeah, I think they'll do the Model Y standard range 54990 first, leave everything else the same, and then slowly start to adjust like the Model Y. I mean, the other thought is that they introduce the Model Y 7-seater and keep the price the same and then see how it lands there. I mean, there's so many different ways you can play this, or different ways that Tesla can play this. I guess I should like chart it out and write it out in like an Excel and just see kind of what because it has to make sense like logically and pricing and all that stuff. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel or schedule a call with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one, or see you tomorrow. See ya.